Hello everyone. You're out of focus there. Can you back up a little bit? How's that? That's good. Just let me zoom in. Hello everybody. I am apologizing here for the current mess that you see behind me and that you will continue to see throughout the book report, but we are currently filming another short animation and can't really tear down the set at the current moment. So if you see a mess or, just random people lurking in the background, please disregard it, as we are currently shooting another short animation. Thank you for your understanding. Once upon a time, there's a dog named Buck. Now, Buck lived with a judge, and the judge lived in California. Now, Buck was like a king. He was treated like a king and felt like he was a king among the dogs there. Now, there was a gardener's assistant who stole and sold Buck to pay off all of his gambling debts. And the man who bought Buck, well, he kinda shipped Buck off to a place which was very cold. Now, upon arrival, Buck was beaten severely by a man in a red sweater so he could learn obedience. From there, Buck is then told to two people to become a sled dog. Buck quickly learned the ropes of becoming a sled dog from his fellow teammates. Now, the leader of the group was a dog named Spitz. He was a very vicious animal who preyed on the weak. Buck and Spitz eventually had a fight to the death, where Buck outrose victorious and became the leader. Buck was then sold again to a man working the mail service. Working for the postal service was hard, for the dogs had to carry very, very heavy loads, which was very tiresome, and one of the dogs themselves had to be put down. Buck and his tiresome group of friends was yet again sold to a woman, her brother, and her husband. Now, these three did not know much about living in the wildlife. Hence, they fed the dogs too much, overfed them, and when the food ran out about a third of the way in their trip, the dogs starved. Now, before crossing a frozen river, the trio met a man named John Thornton. Now, Thornton saw that Buck was being mistreated and was ill-fed, and Buck simply refused to get up when he lay down. So Thornton argued the fact that they would get no further use out of Buck, and so Thornton took Buck under his ownership. He also told them that crossing the lake would be dangerous, or the frozen ice would break, but they gave no heed to his warning. As John Thornton nursed Buck back to health, Buck recognized him as his master, and they both loved each other very, very dearly. And over the course of their friendship, Buck saved John Thornton's life several times, and Buck earned them a considerable amount of gold. John Thornton then took Buck with him when he went to go pan for gold. Sometimes in the night, Buck would go out and explore. He could hear the call of the wild, telling him to join nature and leave behind the civilized life that he had. But Buck would always return to John Thornton, for it was Buck's love for John Thornton which would always keep him returning. But sadly, all things have an end. Buck returned one night to find John Thornton killed by Indians. And in a vengeful rage, Buck sought out and killed the Indians. And with nothing to hold him back anymore, Buck answered the call of the wild. And Buck will always return to mourn at the side of his friend, but be wary, for he doesn't always travel alone. Nature is a very cruel place, and you can either side with it and answer the call of the wild as Buck did, or you can choose to defy it, try to civilize it, as we humans have tried so very hard to do. But nature is unforgiving. What will you choose?